I just don't get the people who genuinely believe that Mega Evolution isn't returning. Hey Pokemon Masters, Toby here, and I'm not saying in Scarlet and Violet. We've seen the Japanese logos, and I know there's that little diamond snowflake crystal thing. Lots of people are speculating, ooh, new mechanic, what could this be about? Surely, Toby, you don't think that that's to do with Mega Evolution? And no, I don't. I don't necessarily think that Generation 9 will be the reintroduction of Mega Evolutions, but I do think they're coming back, and not just in some abstract far off when Kalos gets remade in like 20 years' time. No, I think Mega Evolution will come back pretty soon for these top 3, 4, 5, a handful of reasons. Starting with, quite simply, number 1, Mega Evolution never went anywhere. So, 2013 saw the introduction of Mega Evolution in the Kalos region. That carried over into Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and people tend to think of that as the, only time in which Mega Evolution existed, primarily because there were only new Mega Evolutions being introduced at that time. While the feature, Mega Evolution, carried through to Sun and Moon and Ultra Moon, there were no new Megas for those games. They also appeared again in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee in 2018, but by 2019 it appeared that they were scrapping the idea entirely. Moving on to Gigantamax forms that would appear in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I don't think that that is what happened. I don't know. Despite the fact that in 2019 Sword and Shield they wanted to focus on this new mechanic of Gigantamax Pokemon and Dynamax Pokemon, in 2019 we saw the release of Pokemon Masters, which featured a lot of the old trainers that we knew from across the franchise, in some cases newly for the first time using Mega Pokemon. In 2020, Pokemon Go, arguably one of the most popular Pokemon games of the last decade, got its introduction of Mega Evolution. After the generations for Mega Evolution were over with, Megas started showing up in Pokemon Go. And even as recently as this month in the Pokemon anime, we saw Ash's Lucario go Mega. Megas are still very involved in the franchise, and Pokemon know that people love Mega Evolution. I do a survey every year and I ask people what's the best creative decision that they think Game Freak made, and Mega Evolution appears every single time without fail. This is something that people want, and this is something that Game Freak know people want. All of this to say, I don't think it'll be long before we see Mega Pokemon returning to the Pokemon card game, but I don't think they're necessarily going to be called Mega Pokemon anymore. I do think there's going to be a shift, a change in dynamics sometime after this generation, and this generation was just breathing room. Because, number 2, Mega Evolution's not going anywhere, because Gigantamax Pokemon can't go anywhere. Gigantamax Pokemon, also appearing in Pokemon Go, also appearing in Pokemon Masters. Slightly different phenomenon, but same general gist. Lots of Pokemon from the past get brand new forms, Charizard, Gengar, the usuals, you know. And you're like, well, why can't it go anywhere? They replaced Mega Evolution, Z-moves came along, which they didn't. Mega Evolutions were still in the Z-move games, but then, they replaced it eventually with Gigantamax Pokemon. Why can't Gigantamax is a Galar-only phenomenon. Just in the same way that Mega Evolution is supposed to be a Kalos-only phenomenon, although they then changed that because in Oras, that was in Hoenn, because it's almost like they can write the lore however they want. But I do think there is a fundamental difference between Gigantamax Pokemon and Mega Pokemon, which means that they can't leave Gigantamax Pokemon behind. And that is that Mega forms were given to old Pokemon, and while that's the case for Gigantamax Pokemon, lots of new Pokemon were introduced with their Gigantamax forms alongside them. Centiskorch, Colossal, Hatterene, Grimmsnarl, would these Pokemon feel complete if their final form were not part of that Pokemon going forward? So seriously, think about it. I feel like they designed Centiskorch the way that they did, with Sizzlipede turning into Centiskorch, and then Gigantamax Centiskorch. That form, that model, that's part of a Centiskorch's identity. The Pokemon has been first introduced with that in mind. That's people's first impressions of it. I feel like these Generation 8 Pokemon are going to feel very incomplete without those, in a way that Charizard wouldn't, because Charizard, well, it didn't used to have Mega Evolution, so it's whatever when Mega Evolution disappears. I suspect that Gigantamax Pokemon and Mega Pokemon are going to return, and they're going to become the same thing. They will probably go under a new name, Ultimate Forms or Super Evolutions or whatever. Whatever Game Freak decides is the most marketable. They might retcon the Gigantamax Pokemon into being Mega Evolution. I don't think they'll stay large. I think they won't be Gigantamax anymore. I think they'll be regular sized. But I think those new forms are going to be accessible in the same way that Mega Pokemon are going to be accessible. Again, we see in the Pokemon Journeys anime that they're kind of juggling Mega Evolution and Gigantamax as if they're very similar phenomenons. And I know you might be thinking, but hang on, but what about Gengar? Gengar's got a Mega Evolution and a Gigantamax form. It can't have two. Of course it can. Charizard had 2 Mega Evolutions. It had X and Y. Now it will have a Z or G form. Pokemon can do whatever they want, but if you're really concerned about the lore, then don't worry, because reason number 3, it makes sense in the lore. If you have been watching my Pokemon series for a long time, then you know what I'm gonna say. Totem Pokemon, Noble Pokemon, Gigantamax Pokemon, Z moves, the Beast Boost around Ultra Beasts, and Mega Evolution, and Primal Reversion all rely on the same energy, the thing that they call aura as well in the anime sometimes. This energy, no matter where you look in the lore, is all some element, some form of infinity energy, some expression of the life force of Pokemon, the energy that the god Pokemon exudes. It's all that same stuff no matter where you look and what part of lore you look into. It's all the same stuff, just expressed differently. I think consolidating a few of these into the same feature makes perfect sense, and even if not for Gen 9, for a Gen 10 celebration of the entire history of the Pokemon franchise is actually a pretty cool idea. Reason number 4, they're sellable. They're new forms of Pokemon, and they're forms that now people are beginning to miss. There's a certain nostalgia for them. Maybe you won't buy the new Pokemon games because you didn't enjoy the last ones, but would you buy them if you knew Mega Evolutions were returning? They know what you're thinking. Certainly with the card games, it loves to cycle through EX Pokemon, GX Pokemon, V-Star, V-Max. We get different trends for periods of time. Recently, we've got the really cool alt art Pokemon cards which are appearing in the card game. How cool would these look if they had Mega Evolved Pokemon on them? It's just another way that Pokemon can resell things to you. And if there's one thing that we know the Pokemon franchise loves to do, it's sell things to you. Like this mug, like the mug. It's a good mug. This really cute. And finally, reason number 5, thank you for listening to my unscripted ramble. By the way, if you are watching this far into a video about why I, some random British PokeTuber, thinks that the Mega Evolution are going to return, you're a special kind of someone. Your brain clearly goes similar places to mine, and I just wanted to say thank you for hanging out and thank you for supporting what I do here on the channel. Also, because I'm trying to do my job properly here, me and fellow PokeTuber, who I'm sure you already know and love, TrueGreen7, have started a podcast channel. It's a whole YouTube channel for it. Go and subscribe. We have our new podcast, the Calm Mind Podcast, where we talk about anything Pokemon, life, movies, games, anime, things that we enjoy. I think you're really going to like it. It's linked at the top of the description. Okay, reason number 5. It's a really straightforward one. Because it would be cool. Because they know people would really, really like it. You clicked on this video probably because I assume 99% of the people watching this video are excited about the idea of Mega Evolution returning. You want it. You'd love it to be true. You're looking for the good reasons for it to be real. That is a reason for it to be real. Game Freak know what the fans want. Sometimes it does take them a while to get around to doing those things, like following Pokemon, for example, but eventually they usually do. So I am 99% sure, super confident that even if not in Gen 9, by Gen 10, we will see the return of Mega Evolution in the main series of Pokemon. And that's just my thinking, and I'd love to know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. Quick video, and of course, soar high, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master!
As always, a massive thank you to those of you who support this channel on Patreon. You make this channel possible, and a special thank you to the big patrons of this month, the Elgator, Jedruben, and Michael Hornschuch. Thank you.